Okay, so welcome to Chapman Academy. This is a platform for you to grow and advance your research writing skills. I encourage you to subscribe to Chapman Academy and you share with your friends so that they can also join the lessons as we all grow and advance ourselves in research writing. All too soon, we are done with the chapter 1 and chapter 2. So today we are going to zoom in into the chapter 3 of research writing. So before I go on, from the comments that have been coming, I can see that a lot of people are making progress in their research writing, and then they are also appreciating the work that Chapman Academy is doing. I say thank you all to my fans and subscribers. I really appreciate all the comments and all your suggestions that you are giving. So this is from GA Boating. He said, good evening, sir. Please, how can I text you privately? So please, I'll leave my email and my personal line in the description box so that if anyone wants to contact me privately for any assistance, I'm available for you to assist you. So today we are going to talk about research methodologies. That is the chapter 3 of research writing. So at the research methodology, this is where you provide your methods, how you are going to conduct your study. So you talk about your study design. So what study design are you going to use to conduct your study? We have a whole lot of study designs that you can apply. We have quantitative study designs and qualitative study designs. So under qualitative study design, there are several types of study design, and the quantitative study design, there are several types of study designs there. So what type of study design are you going to use? Then you talk about it, you talk about the strengths and limitations of the study design, the importance of the study designs. So these are the things that it goes in methodology writing. A picture of study design before I would take them component by component and do a detailed lessons on them. So when you pick your study site description, that is where the study is going to take place. You explain your study site, you let your readers and your people know how the study site is, what goes in at the study site, where the study site is located. You talk about the number of population within that study site. So these are the things that you talk about. So in the study site, then you talk about your population, that is your sample group, the people that you are targeting. You talk about them. Then you also talk about how you are going to draw the people, your participant, how are you going to draw them from the general population. So that is the sampling procedure that you are going to use to sample. Are you going to use the multi-stage? Are you going to use the probability, the snowballing? So there are a whole lot of sampling procedures there that you can adopt depending on your study field. Then sample size calculation. So what sample size calculation formula are you going to use? Are you going to use any formula? Then you talk about it, you explain this to your audience so that they will know how you went about things from one to the other. Then we have how you are going to pre-test, your pre-test to test for the validity of your study instrument. So your instrument, your data collection instrument. So how are you going to pre-test it? So you talk about your pre-testing, you talk about them that you pre-test among these people because of this, that. You explain the reason why you want to pre-test your study instrument. You talk about your inclusion and exclusion criteria. How are you going to include people into your study, and how are you going to exclude people from your study? So you talk about it so that we can know that you are not being biased, because sometimes people pick people or recruit participants into their study based on their personal interest or based on their personal gain. But that goes against the research ethics. So we need to make sure that you are using the right methods to recruit people into your study. So these are the things that we talk about in research writing. Your informed consent. How are you going to seek consent from participants so that they will be able, so that they will agree to partake in your study? And then, is there any benefit? Do they have the right to partake or the right to not partake? So these are all the informed consent. And then confidentiality. How are you going to keep the documents of the people from any other third party? How are you going to save their details? How are you going to make them anonymous? Because you can't take people's data and then you just leave them out there. No, that is against the ethics of research writing. So these are the things that goes in methodology, research methodologies. So in all, when you put these things together, that will give you the research methodology, how you did your study from at the beginning, from the development of your topic to the end. What are you going to do? So these are the things that goes into the methodology. You talk about your timeline. At this period, this is what I'm going to do. At this period, I will develop my my introduction. At this time, I will do my literature review. At this time, I'll do my method. At this time, I'll submit my project to the ethics committee. At this time, I will develop my data collection instrument. At this time, I'm going to do my analysis. At this time, I'm going to present my data. I'm going to discuss. And then at this time, I'm going to conclude. And then at this time, I'm going to disseminate my information to the general public. So this is how methodology works. You talk about your budget, what you are going to buy, what you are going to include, everything, every financial thing in your research writing, it goes in. So the research methodology is a very complex thing that you need to take a very critical attention at, because it is the foundation of your research writing. It is the foundation of your project. So you need to make sure that you present everything systematically, and you make sure that everything that you are presenting at the methodology section is viable. So that is how research methodology works. So that even someone who is not part of your work and living elsewhere can also pick, following what you did step by step systematically. Can that person also reproduce whatever thing that you did without even consulting you? So that is the main reason why research methodology is important. So in my next video, I'm going to take the components under research methodology one after the other, break them down, make it very easy and simple for each and everyone to do it on their own. So I will encourage you to stay with me as I take you through how to write and advance your research writing. So this is Sharpman Academy. I will encourage you to subscribe, share to your friends, share to all your pages, any page that you are on. I will encourage you to share my link on it. So thank you for joining me. Sharpman Academy. See you there.